Hello everyone, I am M. Purnima Devi, working as an assistant professor under AML department in SNS College of Technology. Today I am going to discuss about CSS Cascading Style Sheets Part 2. So CSS syntax. So before the video, we just saw the introduction of a CSS and CSS syntax. CSS syntax rule consists of a selector, property, and its value. The selector points to the HTML element where the CSS style is to be applied. The CSS property is separated by semicolons. It is a combination of the selector name followed by the property. So value path that is defined for the specific selector. Let us see the syntax and how we can use the CSS to modernize the website. Syntax. So selector. So property value. For instance, we have declared a heading tag h1 along with having assigned some property value path that is used to style the heading tag. So here h1 is the selector. So color green, font family, sans serif. The declaration block and it can contain one or more declarations separated by semicolons. Color green, so is a property value pair and that is applied to the HTML element to style them. CSS released versions. So in before video I just discuss about things. So CSS released videos. So in CSS 1 1996, CSS 2 1998, from CSS 2 so CSS 3 they introduced in 1999. From that there is a long gap to introduce the CSS 4. In CSS 4 that consists of a CSS in 2007 CSS Pro, then CSS Mobile were introduced. From CSS 2 CSS 2.1 versions were introduced in 2004. So every declaration has a CSS property name and a value separated by a colon and is surrounded by curly braces. So for declaring a multiple CSS properties, it can be separated by the semicolon. Let's define each of these. Declaration, a combination of a property and its corresponding value selector used to target and select specific HTML elements to apply styles to. Property defines a specific aspect of or characteristics of an element that you want to modify. Value, assigned a setting or parameter for a given property determining how the selector element should appear or behave. So element. This example illustrates the use of CSS syntax for the styling of HTML elements. So HTML doc type HTML. So we just declared HTML head. So style on HTML elements. So style h1. So open bracket color green, text align center, close bracket style head body 6 for 6. So output is an in the above code h1 is a selector of h1 tags. It selects the h1 element that you want to style. So color is a property and green is the value of the property. Similar text align in the property and the value of the property in center. So this play an important role in creating the particular area of CSS. So this is an basics output. So jigs for jigs. So next is CSS styling technique. So CSS describes how HTML element should be present on the web page. It provides colors, positions to the HTML element. CSS create animations amplified. So for web pages. So there is many topics in CSS. So first one is CSS fonts, colors, and then backgrounds, borders, grid, flexbox, images, list, counters, columns, conditional rules, logical properties, math functions. So first one is CSS fonts. CSS fonts are used to style the text within the HTML elements. Font family properties specify the type space, the font size, font weight, and the font style. Control the thickness and style for of the text. Of course, then combining these properties enhances the typography and readability of web content. Table of content. So CSS font family property. So CSS font style property, CSS font weight property, CSS font variant property, CSS font size property, CSS font stretch property, CSS font scaling property. So these entire play an important role in creating CSS. So CSS font family property is used to set the font type of HTML element. It holds several font names as a fallback system. Syntax font family name. CSS font style property is used to specify the font style of HTML element. It can be normal, italic, or oblique. So for syntax, font style is a style name. CSS font weight properties. It is used to set the boldness of the font. Its values can be normal, bold, right, or higher. Syntax font weight value. CSS font variant property. It is used to create the small caps effective. It can be normal or small caps. Syntax font variant value. Thank you.